Hello everyone, my name is DimitriusMac, and welcome back to another video that I am dubbing Advice for Small YouTuber. And I figure it's a perfect time to do another one of these videos because, one, I owed you guys an explanation from the very beginning of this week why I had not gotten my shit together and why I had not uploaded videos. Two, I literally just lived through this experience that I'm about to talk about, so I figured why not talk about it now. Three, this is something that I feel like is not talked about enough in the small YouTuber community. And these are problems, legitimate problems, that people go through each and every single day. And they don't have an explanation for it. It's happening now. It's going to happen next week. And people are going to continue to go through it. And it is what I like to call the blank week. Now, some of you may be up on what I'm talking about on the blank week. You know what it is, or you know at least what I'm talking about, although you've heard it called something different. So what is the blank week? It's not as something where you're overcompensated with work, with things going on, balancing your workload outside of YouTube. You know, you got enough time to make all the videos that you want, and it's not something as far along the lines as being frustrated with what you have going on. When it's not, you're not frustrated at anything, there's not any significant emotion that is really distracting you from what you feel like you need to do. You, as a content creator, have just drawn a blank. So a lot of people would panic in this certain situation. A lot of people would take this and be like, you know what, man, like what's going on? I don't have things going on in my mind that are distracting me. Like, what is going on? Why do I feel this way? There's nothing wrong with my work schedule. I have everything lined up. I've planned this video out for a long time, and now the time comes, I don't know what's going on. There's nothing wrong with me emotionally. I'm not frustrated. I'm not sad. I'm not anything. I just can't think. I can't function right now. And it happens, and it's okay. I guess you could attribute it to something along the lines of, or at least compare it to, writer's block. Because it is similar like that, where you just have no idea what in the hell you're doing. And it can be very frustrating. I get it. It was very frustrating for me to live through it this week because I had things planned. I had stuff that I wanted to get done. And I didn't get it done because my brain did not compute how to get that done. And what makes it even more frustrating is it's stuff that you do almost on a weekly basis or however often you do your video. It's something that you do all the time that you're used to. And all of a sudden, you just hit the blank. Now, a lot of people will be frustrated. They'll be scared. They won't know what to do. They'll think, hey, have I lost a step? Have I lost it? Am I going to be able to continue to do this? And the answer is yes. You're going to be able to continue to do this. Don't worry. It's just a writer's block. And if you're in a real rush, then stick around because I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I did in order to get me back in the swing of things. Some of the things that I did in order to get me back into really the groove of where I needed to be and just get my head back on straight. So I think an important thing to note is to definitely take your mind off why you don't have your mind on your videos. And that sounds a bit weird, yes, I know. But what I'm really trying to talk about and what I really mean is take your mind off things outside of your own stuff. Watch somebody else. And don't just watch somebody else's videos for inspirations. Watch their old videos. See where they came from. See the growing pains and note the distinctive differences that they have in some of their older videos, especially if they're a YouTuber that goes way, way back, 2007, 2008, I'm talking. Notice how different they were, how much change, and how much they must have gone through growing pains, just as you are now, as a small YouTuber, an up-and-coming YouTuber, in a time where it is probably the hardest it's ever been to be a successful small business on YouTube with all this ad stuff going around and ad hypocrisy going around. It's hard. I get that. But just look at that and do the comparison and know that you aren't alone in this thing. You weren't the only one to go through a frustrated week. You aren't the only one to make a overcompensation of workload thrusted upon yourself and not able to deliver on a promise that you said you were going to deliver on. You aren't the only one to ever draw a blank on a week. And it's okay. And noting that this is okay is really the first step in understanding that it's going to be okay and that you just have to get through this week. You just have to focus on other things and not to focus on the negative of it, and you'll be fine. What you can also do is, let's take for an instance for me. If you're in my tier, you're a small YouTuber who primarily is invested in video games and little comedic stuff like that. Well, go on focus on other things. Go on focus on getting better gameplay or whatever it is you do. Improving on your let's play when you're speaking. Improving on just about anything. Getting better thumbnails for your videos. Whatever it is. Watch somebody else who is successful, who has been there, who has been through the growing pains, and I think it will make you feel better to know that you're not alone. Another thing that you can also do, and I highly suggest you do, is if you have enough videos, and if you've been around long enough, compare your old videos to your new ones. Compare the old to the new. And go over them and note the distinctive changes in yourself. The progress that you have made. And sometimes that's all it takes to shake you out of it. Is to know that, man, I'm really having a blank week, but God, I have come a long way. And sometimes that's all it takes. And I did that for myself, and I critiqued myself, and I looked at the things, and I noticed the things that I have improved on, and I noticed the things that I still have to improve on. And that's very important. It's very important to look at yourself and to be very critical of yourself. That way you can make yourself better in the long run. And so those are the things that I did that helped me get over it. It's taken a week, all right, pretty much. It's taken a week for me to get over it. But the main thing that I want to say to you folks is it's okay. If you're having a blank week, if you're drawing a blank and you don't know what to do, it is okay. It's not the end of the world. You're going to live through it. I just shared a couple of tips that I believe will help you in the long run, and I hope you guys take it seriously. So that is it. That is it, folks. It is as simple as that. It's just being patient with yourself, a little bit of boost in morale by watching your old videos, and maybe a little bit of nostalgia if you really like your old videos. You're like, oh man, I want to go back to those days and stuff, like, or whatever it is. Just take your mind off of it. Don't dwell on why you can't think of something. It happens to everybody. And I mean everybody. It may not seem like it, and I'll give you guys a little small subliminal thing that you may notice, but take, for instance, bigger YouTubers. Bigger YouTubers, especially YouTubers who are companies. They can't afford to have a blank week and then not upload it because they're contractually, obligated. They're contractually obligated to get stuff up. So how you notice that they had a blank week is the drop in quality. Sometimes it's marginal, and sometimes it's it's very big. Sometimes it's a noticeable difference. Sometimes it's really not. But you always do notice it, especially if they're consistent with the type of quality that they provide to you, and you've been a long time subscriber. You will notice it, and then you can say to yourself, "Wow, they had a blank week. They had a blank. This content is not what I'm used to seeing. It wasn't exactly bad, but I noticed something different, and I noticed something off." Or you might be saying, "What was this rushed piece of crap? I can't believe it." And it's not their fault. It's simply that they have no other choice. They don't just get to have a blank week and be like, "Oh, you know what? Oh, we got a blank. I just can't upload." No, these are people's livelihoods, all right? So that is one of the luxuries of a small YouTuber. If you have a blank week, you have a time to recover. You don't have the stress added onto you about, oh my God, I can't think of anything, but I have to put a video out. So just take that into consideration, folks. So that is it, folks. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, hit that like button. If you're new here and you think I deserve a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And with that being said, folks, I will see you all in the next video. Until then, I'm DimitriusMac, and I am out. Peace.